to another episode of On the Line. We've got Petie Pizarro today, who you may have known as the lead singer of Amelie. But since Amelie is no more, he is now a member of a new band called Sovereign Soldiers. So he's going to talk to us all about the final EP that's coming from Amelie, as well as what the future is for him and his band members in Sovereign Soldiers. So check out what happened when I got on the line with Petie Pizarro. Okay, so the big news is that your band, Amelie, is no more, but that you're coming back with a new band, Sovereign Soldiers. So how did Sovereign Soldiers come to be?
Well, Sovereign Soldiers was kind of it kind of happened. I started writing some more alternative rock songs during while we were writing songs for Amelie, and so it kind of it was kind of music that we all enjoyed to listen to, and we basically, Amelie started to. There were too many separate directions, I think, being pushed by management and labels, and during the whole course of the band, actually, for Amelie, it was kind of how do I say, like this constant struggle to be the band that we wanted to be, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so basically Brandon moved away and started doing his own thing, so we just decided to end Amelie and start a completely new band that doesn't really have any relation besides the band members.
With Brandon's departure, is that affecting the morale of the band at all?
No, not at all. I mean, it was kind of like a long process over the course of 6 to 9 months where we all kind of started to do our own things and drifted into our own environments, and that's where I ended up was at Sovereign Soldiers with and then Nate and Patrick kind of shared the vision for that, so that's what we did.
How will the sound of Sovereign Soldiers differ from Amelie?
The sound of Sovereign Soldiers, I mean, it can't really be compared to Amelie. The only comparison, I think, is that obviously I'm the singer and I'll be singing the songs, but I took a different approach to singing the Sovereign Soldiers stuff. There's a lot more aggressive vocal, like me really pushing to stress emotionally what the songs mean to us and everything. So it's going to be more. Sovereign Soldiers is definitely an alternative rock band, and I guess we'll have to wait and see when we come out with music what people start to compare us to, because you never know.
And so when will fans get the chance to listen to Sovereign Soldiers music?
Sovereign Soldiers, we should probably come out with a song, hopefully by the end of the year, in the next month and a half. We'll come out with a single and offer it for free, and hopefully that'll spread and people can kind of get an idea of what we're all about.
And now, for fans who are waiting until then, you have one final Amelie EP coming out soon, so can you tell us about it?
Yeah, the Amelie EP is basically a collection of songs that were originally demos, but now, we fully mixed them and kind of expanded on them. But they were demos that we were writing in the process of writing for an album, which was going to be the first Amelie full-length under Fearless Records. And so these are kind of the 7 songs, the best out of the bunch, I think, out of the ones that we were writing for the Amelie full-length. And we just recorded them ourselves in Raleigh, North Carolina. And, yeah.
So, what made you decide to release that music, since they were mostly demos?
Yeah, I mean, they were originally demos, and then we went back and tracked a bunch of extra stuff and made them full-on songs. And to me, I don't think that anybody's going to realize the difference between that and a studio recording. I mean, hopefully. But we decided to release them just because we don't want these songs to be lost and never heard ever, and it's kind of the last piece of Amelie, and we wanted to give a gift to the fans who have been waiting so long. They'd do anything just to hear some new music, and so we wanted to release that and just offer a last farewell EP.
So it's like a little gift to the fans who've been with you for so long.
Yeah. a little gift that they have to buy themselves.
All right, so what tracks are you most excited for people to hear off this EP?
Oh, wow. It's funny because the EP is like kind of this eclectic variety of songs. There's not really a huge correlation between them because while we were writing the songs, we kind of tried experimenting, like, what is this full length going to be all about? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For Emily. And so we wrote, like, some more, like, kind of rockin' songs and some more pop, like, cheesier, lighter songs. And so the EP has all of that. And I think I'm most excited for the fans to hear the next single, and it's called Sell Your Alibi. And I think I'm excited for them to hear that just because I think it's the biggest departure from any kind of Emily music that we'd ever put out, and it's kind of like this, like, 4-minute, like, I don't know, it's so strange. It's just the strangest song that Emily's ever put out. We usually do like a standard song structure and all that, so this song was kind of avoided. And so that'll be interesting for people to hear that and react to that. We were trying to go a little bit more like, you know, punk rock, like Green Day kind of thing, and that's where we ended up. So
yeah, nothing wrong with trying an opposite end of the spectrum, right?
Exactly.
All right, so what can you tell people who were big fans of Emily who might be a little bit sad about the end of the band?
See, the end of the band, I think, shouldn't be taken as a negative thing. You know, a lot of people might be heartbroken, but I'm moving on to other projects. I know Brandon's doing his own thing, which is cool, but you know, for fans of Emily, hopefully they'll be fans of any future project that any of us work on. And it's really just a new beginning and starting fresh, kind of getting ourselves out of situations that we were in that we wanted to change and just couldn't. You know, when you leave a first impression on someone, that impression doesn't really change. So any kind of impression that was left with Emily, there would have been no way to change people's minds about anything, really. That's why we all decided to start new and, you know, do our own things. So I don't think it's a sad time. I think it's just an evolution, and it's just new music. I mean, if people were fans of Emily, obviously I think you want to see a band grow, and that's really just what's going on here. Hi, this is Petie Pizarro from Sovereign Soldiers, and you're listening to